Yo, this is Brandon Marshall, and I'm tossing it to Corey to give us the intro of the day.
Yo, you back for another dope episode. Where I'm at.
I'm
yo.
Ashley, guys.
Where I'm at. That's Ashley. Okay, that's Ashley. You got Corey in the cut. You already seen B. Marshall. And we in this all white feeling godly. You haven't seen my outfit yet, but you got Ashley.
Hold on. Time out. I'm glad we're on YouTube. We're going to start the show over again. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go, Corey.
Welcome back for another dope episode of Paper Route. I'm Corey in the cut. Of course, I'm with Brandon Marshall. We got Ashley Nicole Moss. We got Woo Out West, and we got BC in the booth. And guess what day it is?
It's
Brandon
BC
and
in the
Ashley.
back,
It's not hump day.
No, it's BC in the booth. It's BC
No,
in
I
the
thought we
booth.
said BC in the back.
We passed Ashley's favorite day, so it's not hump day.
It's not hump day. It's
Friday Junior.
Friday Junior.
Oh, I said subscribe like 5 times yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not subscribing to this whole thing that you and JP is coming up with.
I didn't come up with it. JP came up with it.
I don't know if it's
Friday
cool
Junior.
or not.
Hey,
Friday Junior? Is that a thing?
Hey, majority rules, yo. I think we all been rolling with it for
all
a minute
the guys
now.
liked Friday Junior.
we've
I
been
feel like
rolling
you're
with it.
just.
But guess what else it
here.
is? Yeah, guess what else it is today?
I don't know.
It
The
is-
first day of football. Football is finally officially back.
Oh, wow. That is
Is
right.
it though?
I mean, come on. To not consider this the first day of football, like it is. There's dudes that's going to be on the field tonight, right? The Jets versus the
Is
Browns, who are going to be fighting for a spot on the roster. It's the first day of football.
I'm with Ashley.
He said we're not giving it the first day.
You know what? The only thing that excites me about this game, because Aaron Rodgers isn't playing.
Right.
The only thing that excites me is, like, I want to see Zach Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And I also
Do
want to
you?
see Kellen Mond, who
Right.
trained here as well. You know, he got another chance
Yeah, Kellen's cool.
at it, right? So, you know, that's what I'm excited about. But the stars aren't playing. The stars shouldn't play. But I want to see Zach. What is he going to do? How is he going to look?
Yeah. So, we're going to talk Aaron Rodgers and that preseason matchup between the Jets and the Browns. And later we're going to have to talk about this whole deal with Cooper Flagg and Bradley Beal to see if and we're going to debate, rather, if he cooked them or not. So we'll do that. But right now, let's start with some news of the day. Actually, I think you have the first piece of news for us, huh?
Yes, Steph Curry made his music video debut.
Yeah.
In what was it? Little Fish, Big
Little
Pond.
Fish, Big Pond. By do you know the artist? You know how to pronounce his name? Toby.
I don't want to mess it up.
I know,
but
I don't wanna disrespect
I
him
don't know
either.
if we have the video. I absolutely.
I think the proper pronunciation
Little
is
fish
Toby
in the big
Wait,
pond,
wait,
make the
no,
big
wait.
splash.
Oh, wait, let's
like
play the
big
videos.
bag.
I don't know if Brandon's
Look like
seen
the little
this.
fish
There's a little
in
audio
the
too.
big pond, make the big splash. Ain't got the big bag. Oh, my, look how things have changed. They know I'm the one. Daddy taught me how to flip my wrist. How my father.
So Steph made his debut here. How does he
Brandon,
look?
how do you feel about this? Steph's making his rap video debut.
So I saw this clip somewhere on social. And when I saw it, you know, it was like, oh, Steph got bars. And so when I first opened it up and I was listening, I was like, oh, this is dope, but what is it? And then, you know,
You did not
see
think that was Steph Curry
you see
rapping.
Steph Penn like kind of move over, and you see Toby move in. And I was like, oh, snap, Toby got him?
Mm-hmm.
This is another one. I actually, fun fact, I was in a wedding with Toby before he even blew up. Fendi,
Really?
Yeah, Fendi, one of my teammates in Houston. And so I didn't even know he was in this space. And all of a sudden, a year later, he blew up. Now he's doing features with freaking Steph Curry, Andre 3000, CeeLo. I mean, you name it. He got some big dogs that he's collabed with. So I'm super excited for Steph.
Yeah.
You know, I'm proud and glad that he actually took this collab and this opportunity. And Toby's just taking off, man. This is dope. I thought this was pretty cool. And I love the lyric, if y'all heard that, where he talks about my daddy something with the wrist.
Yeah.
Right? That was
No,
dope.
the song is really dope. The video is dope. Like, the fashion is cool. Like, do you think you could be in a rap video? Like, if you had to, like, rap?
Well, I tried. Remember we had, I don't know if you, this is like season 2, season 3. We had Lil Wayne come on, and we did a cypher, tried to freestyle. It ain't go well.
Your freestyle didn't go well?
It ain't go well. Like, and I had somebody write for me, just like Toby wrote for Steph Curry.
Really?
And
Do you remember your rap?
Nah, I can't. I'm embarrassed.
You don't remember-
So somebody wrote for me, and I just couldn't catch the beat.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You don't think you could
bad.
do like what Steph Curry did though? Like maybe just go on like a Jay-Z song, for example. I know you're a Jay-Z fan. You already know the lyrics to the song. So you just go on the music video, rap the song, and kind of just come with the nice energy. You don't think you could do that?
Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I always felt like if I really put my mind to it and I had the time to lean into like writing real bars, like I could be nice. But it takes a lot of time. Like I feel like I got to air. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, I spot talent. Like that's dope. Or it's like, yo, this is a hit song. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see me every morning. I come in, I put the music on. Do I not put on dope stuff?
You do.
You do.
Okay, I got a good ear, so
You're
I feel like I could be okay.
Sneaky Snipers by Brandon Marshall coming soon. The single.
Like a cheer rap on the spot.
A cheer rap? What you mean a cheer
you
rap?
never do a
Is
cheer
that still a
rap. It's like,
freestyle?
my name is Ashley. Yeah, and I'm so fly.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
all the boys holla as they walk on by. I'm a Knicks fan. Yes, it's true. But check this. I'm a Cowboys fan too.
Oh my God.
I'll make you laugh. I'll make you laugh. So treat me nice. Because if you don't, you won't get this twice.
Oh.
Hold on. Before anybody responds. Hold on. Before anybody respond. Before anybody respond. Corey, Woo, was that off the dome? Or is this something she wrote in 8th grade? Right. Hold on, what you think, Woo?
I think the first half definitely 8th grade. The second half, twice, felt
That's
like
accurate.
that was original.
Okay.
I mean-
Hold on one second,
Okay.
Ashley, hold on before you tell him.
I literally would have said the same thing Wu said. I was like, maybe some of it came from like a memory from back in the day, but I think she turned it into a freestyle at the
The
end.
cheer raps are super easy because like it's like basic rhyming. It's
Ashley,
not like anything crazy.
tell the truth.
No, that's basic rhyming.
Was it off the dome
That's
or
off
did you
the
write
dome.
this?
That's so easy to rhyme. It's basic rhyming.
There's no way you went off the dome talking about Knicks and then say I'm also a Cowboys fan too. That was not off the dome.
My name is Ashley and I'm so fly.
She-
All the
There
boys
she go.
holler as they walk on by and fly. It's easy.
Okay, but
I'm a Knicks fan. Yes, it's true. But check this. I'm a Cowboys fan too. I'll make you laugh. So treat me nice.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if you don't, you won't get this twice.
all right, hold on. You see what just happened?
Yeah, she
I
just
do,
repeated the
B.
entire thing.
Yeah,
Again.
right.
How did I read? It's the
That might
same
be a little
rhyme.
difficult if it was off the dome.
Hey,
Yeah,
if it was a
freestyle,
Just because y'all aren't creatively inclined doesn't mean I'm not.
Look, there's like there's tricks, right, to, you know, investigating crimes, et cetera, right? Like detectives, right? Like if you ask a question, body language, where does the eyes go? So let's get a close up on Ashley.
What?
Okay.
This interrogation
Right
going.
there. Ashley, look in the camera.
Do it again?
No, just look in the camera and just answer this question. Ashley Nicole Moss.
Yes.
Did you just come off the dome or did you freestyle this?
Off the dome.
Okay, cool. So now we have that. We're going to send this to an expert, okay?
Send it to
we're going
Dame
to see.
Dollar.
We're going to see if she's telling the truth or not, because there's people that does this for a living,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
right? I'm telling y'all right now, that was written
When did I write it?
in 8th grade. In 8th grade. Look, she
Between
know it
8th
too.
and 9th
Look, she
grade.
know it. Tell the truth.
I wasn't even a cheerleader
Tell the truth.
in the 8th grade.
Just writing bars in class.
All right, well, look, we got to, all right, I was going to move on. So we got a lot of news to get through today. So I wanted to get into this next topic, and I really want y'all's opinion on this, right? So apparently Stephen A. Smith will hold a basketball camp, and that is going to be at IMG. And guess what the starting price of the camp will be? It is $2,800. Really $2,900 if we being real. So yeah, here we got Ashley, you know, sharing her thoughts on
I'm
this
still
Stephen A.
very
Smith camp.
confused.
Yeah, like you say you're confused. We want to know why you're confused. I ain't gonna lie, I might be a little confused too, but we want you to explain.
This doesn't say Stephen A. Smith Media Camp.
Right.
This doesn't say Stephen A. Smith Broadcast Camp. This doesn't say Stephen A. Smith Television Camp. This says Stephen A. Smith Basketball Camp. Respectfully, Stephen A., I don't know how you can teach something that you're not good at and that you didn't play at a professional level, that you barely played at a collegiate level. So I'm just confused who in their right mind would spend almost $3,000 to go to a basketball camp at IMG Academy taught by Stephen A. Smith. I'm not a hater. Get your bread. You don't need it, but get your bread. If it were my kid, he wouldn't be attending this.
Yo, when I saw this, I was just like, such a jerk move.
That's like me teaching a football camp.
But I'm not talking about Stephen A. I'm talking about you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, so
What did I
I'm on
do?
Twitter yesterday, and I'm like, I see this pop up. I'm like, okay, cool. But then I also see you quote tweeted, if that's what it's called, or quote
Yeah.
exit, whatever I'm confused, X tweet, whatever it is. And you're just like, I'm confused. I just bust out laughing.
Are you not?
I mean, why can't Stephen A go out there and have a basketball camp?
Because
like, I feel
he
like,
doesn't play the sport.
yeah,
He
but
barely
Brandon,
played didn't he average
I have
like
a legitimate question.
a point and
I
a
got you.
half
And
in college?
I got all the stats. So Brandon, like, are you sending your kid to a camp that is going to be led by a guy who, to Ashley's point, in his final year in college, averaged 1.5 points per game, shot 5 for 25, and 5 for 22 from three? Like, he only got 22 shots his senior year.
I don't even think he played varsity.
I know.
Don't forget,
tough.
He
He
was
had
on
0.
JV as a senior.
Jeez.
Like, come on, he's going to be leading the camp. He's going to be leading these kids. What's he? I mean,
Like, what are your hands? Have you seen him
What's he
shoot a
teaching?
basketball?
What's he teaching?
There's
I
videos
know.
of him shooting before
like Charles Barkley swinging the golf club.
when they get to the arena early, and then like there's videos of him just like
Is it
screwing around.
bad?
It's he can't hit the side of a bus.
So this is bad. This is a bad play for Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith think he can do every damn thing now, right? Like even now he think he's a fashionista. He has 5 different shows, different freaking spaces and topics. You know, hey, shout out to Stephen A. Like, you know, he's one of those guys. He's like Masterpiece. Stephen A. is like Masterpiece. Turn it to Master P now. What was that movie called? It was like something Hustle. What was it called? Y'all too young.
Hustle and Flow? Is that
No, BC,
Hustle
no,
and
BC.
Flow.
Jump in, help me
Corey.
out. What was the name?
Hustle, I heard
What was
Hustle.
it? What was it?
What, I got the hookup?
I got the hookup. That's what Stephen A. Smith is turning into. Like, y'all got to go watch that movie. Like, Master P selling sneakers. Master P is selling
Master P Kahoot,
cereal.
Yeah, right.
But what I'm saying is he got his claim to fame is rapping and being a music executive.
Yeah, but he was also a hooper.
Right, but what I'm saying is, what does Master P know about sneakers? What does Master P know about cereal?
That's a little bit different because fashion is an individual thing. Like what you design may not be for everybody, but somebody's gonna rock with it. When you're talking about basketball, we're talking about technique and fundamentals that
you.
at its core, yes, people will have different swags to their game, but the fundamentals are the same across the board, across the sport. Like,
Right.
example, every wide receiver may have a different swagger to the way they run routes, but the fundamentals are the same.
Yeah.
That's like me going out there and having a football camp.
So this was a reach from
It
Stephen
just
A.
doesn't make sense. Now, if this is a media camp, I get it, but
Broadcast
it says,
boot camp.
Yeah, that would be sensational. I think
Right.
that would be great for people who wanted to get
I'll
into the
do it.
industry.
Can I do it? Can I do it,
Anybody
bro?
would
You
do it.
think-
Like
can
Stephen
I
A
do
would
it,
be
bro?
fantastic to learn that from. But basketball at IMG Academy, like, I'm confused.
If I launched a broadcast boot camp, right? Same price, same type of, you know what I'm saying, marketing rollout. Ashley,
No, I think you could teach it from a different angle. Like Stephen A would be more traditional. Like he would be teaching, like it essentially be going to like journalism school.
Right.
Like yours would be more of like the athlete transitioning and how to do it in the new media landscape. Stephen A would be essentially like the real fundamentals. Like it'd be a different type of camp.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
All right, I need y'all's thoughts on this. So 2 days ago, this was August 1st, history was made, but I wouldn't say for the right reasons, if I'm being completely honest. So a Somalian runner broke the record for the slowest 100-meter dash ever in the World University Games. The runner's name was Nasra Abukar Ali, and it is now. So they had to report this because they said she's the apparently the chairwoman of the Somalian Athletics Federation is under investigation because it was revealed that the woman who participated in this track event was actually the niece of this lady. So I got a statement from these names. Please forgive me for the pronunciation of these names, but this person is the chairwoman of the
Don't
Somalian
even try
Athletics.
these names, bro.
Yeah,
Just-
I might
stop
not.
trying to be perfect.
I might
Just
not.
say
I might
S.
not. Yeah, Kate. I like if I even gave you the initials, I don't even know if that would make sense. But anyways, they made the statement says that the acts were abuse of power, nepotism, and defaming the name of the nation in the international arena. So here is the clip of the actual event. Look at this.
Oh, you know what? I saw this, Corey, obviously on Twitter, right? Like, and I thought it was like some type of charity event.
No, this is
So when I saw it, I watched it. I didn't even watch the whole race. It was like, this is not interesting to me. I read before I watched it, and then I cut it off, and I was just like, oh, I get it. It's like a little charity event. Yeah. I didn't know this was a real thing. Like, they literally gave her a spot.
Yes, and that's why now the chairwoman is under investigation because, like I said, it came out that this lady was actually the niece of the person who would actually okay for the runner to represent the country. So they're saying this nepotism was involved, abuse of power, and look, literally 10 seconds slower than the person who came in first.
This is what I would say. I'm okay with nepotism. I practice nepotism, just like everybody else that made it. Okay? Bill Belichick got his son on his staff. Andy Reid had his son on the staff before his ass went out there and got drunk. I think that family is okay. But he went out there and got in during the Super Bowl and hurt somebody. But he was on his staff, and you go on and on and on. Jerry Jones got his son in position, right? Look at all these owners. Jim Irsay, like his dad owned the Colts before, right? But you go on and on and on. So I subscribe. This is my favorite word this week. I subscribe to nepotism, Ashley. The problem in this situation is this is way too public. Not right here. Now we talk about world-class athletes. You can't do it like that. Now, if she said, okay, you can go out there and be the head of this event, or you're going to be the spokesperson of this event, I'm cool with that. But to put her on a track, that's a problem, and she deserves to be fired.
Yeah, I feel like
very much so. 21 seconds was the time that she ran for a 100-meter dash.
I feel like nepotism is cool if you're qualified. This is my philosophy on it. Like, I don't have an issue with nepotism. It's one of the reasons, not to bring it into race, but white people have been doing it for years, like centuries, decades.
Well, you being nicer to me. I was trying to be nice about it.
No, but it's true. Like, I think that as more and more minorities are put into positions of power, then bringing your family members into that, whatever that position may be, is what goes ahead and establishes things like generational wealth and whatnot. That's right. So if you run a business, right? Let's use Jay-Z, for example. Let's use Beyonce, for example. She's on tour right now. Blue Ivy is dancing at her shows.
Good point.
Blue Ivy is talented, though. Blue Ivy works hard. Beyonce's in, rehearsals with her, and she's learning these dances and stuff. So she's not going out there embarrassing herself. She's going out there and showing off her hard work, and she's showing off her rehearsals and things like that. I don't have an issue if your family member, whether it's your son, daughter, your niece, whatever, is qualified and you're giving them an opportunity. It's when they're not qualified and they're getting the job or the opportunity based on their bloodline, based on their last name, that people look at nepotism crazy. Because it's like, this person should have never been in this race.
Right.
And you see
this is when nepotism goes wrong.
Right. 100%.
You see a little bit of that with Beyonce's daughter. Meaning that, like, she's doing a great job. But you see those videos people put out where they're teasing her for being a little stiff in the beginning, and then she just starts doing her dances.
She's like 12, so.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Even though she's trying to support her, you're putting people out there. So in this case, that wasn't the best representation.
I get, right. Like with the Blue Ivy thing, I think that nobody can say she's not talented. Is she Beyonce? No. She's going to learn. She's going to get better. She's going to practice makes perfect. That's no different when you watch a 12-year-old play basketball or football. They're not nearly as good as they are when they get older. You practice reps, repetitions, things like that. But I think that when you go ahead and you're going to go ahead and bring your family and give them opportunities, nepotism is already looked at sideways because it looks like you didn't work to get there. You don't want to compile that with actually not having talent, not actually having skill. Like, you want to be able to say, yeah, my daddy owns the building, but guess what? Here's my resume. Now what?
That's right.
Like, you don't want to go in there and be like, my daddy owns the building and I don't know why I'm here. And I'm just collecting the check.
I like what Ashley said. This is when nepotism goes wrong. Moving on, Jake Paul, Nate Diaz. Big fight, big bout this weekend happening in Dallas. Now, over the last few years, celebrity boxing has taken off. Jake Paul is a YouTuber, influencer who's made millions of dollars. off of YouTube and his social platforms. He parlayed that into becoming a face of boxing, challenging Dana White from the UFC, calling out boxing, saying it's dead. I'm revitalizing that. Got off to a hot start, knocking out, a UFC fighter, dudes off the street, fight after fight after fight. He ran into some challenges last fight. Actually lost to the kid, Ashley, you know his name. Fury. What's his name?
Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury. So he loses to
Fury's
Tommy
little
Fury.
brother.
The reason why that was significant, Ashley, because this dude was in position to start making $25 million a year. That's up there with Gervonta Tank Davis, some of Floyd Mayweather's biggest fights at the end of his career. Floyd now is in position where he's making $50 million off of celebrity boxing. He loses, and so now he's still stuck at that, which is still a lot, $15 million a year. But Nate Diaz, there's a lot of beef between these two. Nate Diaz is a fighter. Nate Diaz takes everything personal. He's a legendary guy where he's fighting through blood. Just watch his fights on, the UFC, blood dripping down his face, and he continues to find a way. What do you guys see happening here? Right? So there's two questions I have for you guys. One, are you guys paying the $40 to view this for pay-per-view, on pay-per-view? And also, how do you guys seeing this ending? How do you see it? Starting with Ashley Nicole Moss.
I'm not paying the $40. I'll use that 40 and I don't know. Like go buy a new foundation or something. I don't know. I don't care. Like I don't care. Jake Paul. Like, you know who I do care about though, that I am like entertained watching him? His brother in the WWE.
Logan Paul.
That you rather watch Logan in the WWE than Jake Paul in boxing?
I will tell you this.
Real fighting.
I will tell you
Don't
this.
tell me he's hot.
No. No.
Oh, because we had a conversation
No.
about,
Logan, I will say, I'm not the biggest wrestling fan, but I'm definitely more familiar with wrestling than boxing, just growing up watching, like, The Rock and, like, Stone Cold and, like, guys like that. But I will say, I was very, like, this is a money grab for him. He's actually very good.
In wrestling?
In the wrestling world, he's actually very, very good. Like, very talented.
It's fake.
But you still have to be able to,
He's
like...
a good actor? Is that what you're saying?
No, but
It's
you still...
athleticism.
It's his athleticism, the way the stunts that he's able to do. Like, he's actually very, very... Like, he has a future in wrestling, like, for real.
Who
like, for
are
real.
you? Like, you watch wrestling. The WWE.
I don't watch it. I dabble in it. Like,
who dabbles in WWE
a
anymore?
lot of people watch
lot of
WWE.
12-year-olds.
Yeah, but like, that's crazy.
WWE is
Woo.
cool.
I left it.
Corey,
Woo gotta get back.
talk to me about this big bout happening this weekend. Are you spending the $40? Are you finding a way to steal the fight and not pay for it? And how do you see this ending?
Yeah, I'm different from Ashley. I think I do want to watch this. I've watched actually all of Jake Paul's fights because it kind of intrigues me that he's actually a YouTuber turned boxer, and he's actually, in my opinion, a pretty good boxer.
Right.
So I would like to see him. Nate Diaz, I mean, I'm a UFC fan. Wu Out West is a UFC fan. We know Nate Diaz is a guy who likes to stand and bang. But he's also a guy. Is that a pause? Is that a pause? Stand and bang.
It's one of those top it
Ashley,
off.
we
It's
might
like
have
top
to
it off.
dog-
Yeah,
Don't worry
right.
about it,
It's like it's
What
a
is
fight
it?
term. Fight
Stand
term.
and bang.
Fight term.
That's a fight term? I've never
stand
heard
and
that
bang. Yeah,
on the
it is.
broadcast.
It is.
But
So-
go ahead, finish.
Yeah. So
You left off at stand and bang.
Right. Yeah, stand and bang. So it makes sense that this was like the UFC, matchup that they came up with. But how do I see it turning out? If I'm being honest, I think Jake Paul actually gonna win this one.
Yeah.
I think he's actually gonna win it. What do you think, Will?
I first of all want to say I hate Jake Paul.
Really?
Mainly because I just don't like the atmosphere he brings. I got your hat. All these little games.
That's fair.
Fighting small people. Like, I just don't like that. Fight somebody your size, and that's why he lost to
Hold-
Tommy Fury.
Time out. Why didn't you like the I got your hat? That was a legendary moment. That was classic. I love that. Why did that rub
'Cause
you the
he's
wrong
like-
way?
I feel like I stand on
He's
principle.
a grown
I ain't dig it
man.
either.
Yeah, I
What are you,
stand on
12?
principle.
You're not about to have me just chasing you around.
He's
for your
brilliant. It
hat.
shows his brilliance. This is
No.
this is
no,
why
what he
he's
did
in
after,
his position.
His marketing after was brilliant.
That's what I'm saying. But he
but
had
I'm
to do
still gonna
that,
stand on principle. Don't steal my hat, dude. That's all I'm saying.
bro. So, but
Oh
you
my
guys say
God.
y'all fight fans, so it's okay to have a face off slap somebody, push somebody, punch somebody, right? But it's not okay to take a hat?
Well, I mean,
What-
if you
that
put it like
sell-
that,
that sells
it's
more-
in the same category, but to me, it just seemed immature. I'd rather the punch and the slap because now the tension is there. You give it.
Yeah, it's like it's real build-up. It's actual build-up
He stole
to-
his hat and ran like he was in the 6th grade.
I mean, I guess I can't say I can't respect somebody who just slapped somebody at a face-off, you know, because I mean that's along the same lines of like I'm
yeah,
gonna
well,
grab
more
your
like
hat.
a push. I'm
there's-
saying.
Yeah, it's
but
principle,
like
but
to wrap up what I was saying, I think Nate has a chance because of durability.
right. That's
But
not-
also, the weight is the issue. I think he's too small for Jake Paul, and I think Jake Paul takes it. And as far as the first question, no, I'm not paying for Jake Paul.
Wow.
I will say
I'm
that
surprised.
the chat did not appreciate any of you dissing WWE, by the way.
Really?
I just want to put that out there.
What is the chat saying, Ashley?
They didn't appreciate the WWE slander.
Our chat, that's crazy.
It's a big audience.
I don't.
Y'all never watched Hulk Hogan, Stone
no.
That's what
Cold,
I'm saying.
When
Yeah,
I
that's
was
back in
12,
the day
Undertaker,
when
when I was
The
12,
Rock,
I loved
John
it.
Cena.
Wrestling
Like,
back in
come
the day was
on.
Rock
You
is
wasn't
my
even
favorite.
born when they were fighting. You didn't watch John.
John
you didn't
Cena?
Hogan.
Yes, I did.
Cena, but you
No,
didn't see
Hogan,
The Rock.
The
Ashley.
Rock? Yes, I
You
did.
ain't seen Stone Cold.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Actually, you know who the
No,
nation?
no, you did not.
If you saw The Rock,
The
you had to see
Undertaker.
You know the Nation of
No.
Domination?
What did you say?
You know the Nation of Domination?
I know of them. Did I watch them?
Yeah.
I mean, I was born
Okay,
in
at least
93.
you know
I was
of
born in
them.
93.
Okay.
She was born
okay,
yesterday.
That's all I'm saying. That's
No,
when I
Corey
was
was
a
born
fan.
yesterday.
I was
born in
recording on
93.
VHS.
Young
No.
Ashley's 26
First of
years
all,
old.
we're not even gonna act like the WWE didn't have some of the like, and I'll use the word loosely because you guys don't want to call them real fighters. Some of the most like historic fighters like ever.
Only during the Attitude Era.
What are you talking about? Roman
Any other era
Reigns is
didn't match.
huge right now. You don't know who Roman Reigns is? He's huge.
No, but I'm just saying the Attitude Era was
Bad
different.
Bunny had a sold out pay-per-view in Puerto Rico for his WWE debut. Sold out.
I
Phony.
guess.
A whole country came out for that.
Yeah.
Phony.
Whatever. I will say this though before we move on quickly. I actually interviewed Bianca Belair, and like
I saw
the
that.
sport may be, you know, dramatized and like there's a script and stuff, but those are like true athletes. Like the
Oh, I
training
agree.
that they go through, their workout regimen, their discipline, what they
100
put
days
their
a
body
year.
through. She was showing me how they practice like in the ring. The ropes in general, the way that it leaves marks on your back, just
Right here.
it's insane. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
Like you can't say that those guys aren't athletes. Like it's crazy. I had a whole
But-
new respect for them after interviewing.
What's
her.
his name? Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise does the same thing in
Yeah.
Mission
Yeah, all his
Impossible.
movies.
He has his five movies in Mission Impossible. They do the same thing with the Fast and Furious. That doesn't make them athletes. That doesn't make this thing real.
Wrestlers? Don't say that. Wrestlers are athletes.
Brandon Marshall here, Ashley Nicole Moss, Corey in the cut, Woo Out West, BC in the booth. This is Paper Route Faction Talk, Channel 103 on Sirius XM and also on YouTube. We appreciate everybody rocking with us. We'll get back to the news of the day right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna move on, but we're gonna stay in the fight world though. So Clarissa Shields several days ago called out Keith Thurman for a boxing match. She said, "Hey, all respect to Keith Thurman, but I feel like I can outbox him." So it turns out yesterday Keith Thurman actually accepted her call out. So, but he said under the condition that the fight is for charity, that he fights with bigger gloves, and Clarissa Shields wears headgear. He also said that he plans to just incorporate the jab. So he's not really, I can imagine he might not incorporate any hooks, any power punches. So we'll see how that turns out for him. Do you guys care to
No.
see a male on female
No.
match? No?
I do not.
You know what?
Something about it doesn't sit right in my spirit. I can't.
Principle.
Can't do it.
Good.
I can't do it.
I would say this, it doesn't sit with me the right way, right? Like I don't want to see it, but when Keith responded to this, the way he did, I said, I could potentially, pay to watch this. We're talking about for charity, okay, cool. So he's not taking it too serious. Headgear for Clarissa, only using a jab. It's kind of disrespectful, right? Because Clarissa is really serious. Like she's from Flint, Michigan, and she posted a video of her sparring partners, which was dudes, and her really going toe to toe with dudes. Now I don't know if they were going full tilt, but the videos that I saw, she was banging with them boys. Pause. Okay, so I can see this happening, but Clarissa may feel disrespected. I think what she really wants is a real fight.
She can. I've interviewed her. She's spicy. She's feisty. I'm a fan. I feel like I don't like this one because if it's not going to be a real fight, I don't want a watered down version of it is kind of just, I don't want to use the word disrespectful, but it's a watered down version of an actual fight.
Well, think about what we just talked about. We just talked about Jake Paul and Nate Diaz and the celebrity boxing thing. So why not do this?
A celebrity boxing match between two men is drastically different than a watered down version of a fight between a man and a woman because you know that in terms of strength and power, there's a difference.
So let me ask you this question.
So you're watering it down because you don't want to hurt her.
Okay,
like
so
there's a reason that he's saying let's only do jabs and you need to wear headgear.
Okay, so let me present this. I played Little League football with a young lady. She played running back and she played defensive end, Danielle. Okay, she scored a touchdown actually.
Okay, shout out to
Right,
Danielle.
so think about that. Like we're hitting each other. We got all this equipment on, taking each other's legs out, et cetera, et cetera. There's also young ladies that right now play high school football.
Yeah.
It's been doing it for a very long time. We actually have a few football players, female football players in the NCAA, right? Kickers. Mm-hmm.
They're still players.
But they're players
too.
So
don't be that
what's
guy.
the difference between, an exhibition match, headgear on with Clarissa Shields and Keith Thurman and a young lady playing football, which is also volatile and very dangerous?
I think one of the a few differences, or at least from the Little League, the Pop Warner level, you guys are all similar in size for the most part. You're young kids. You're not fully developed people, grown-ups. I think when you get older, football has a lot of protective gear that you're wearing. So if you're fast enough, you kind of avoid getting hit a lot unless you're playing like an offensive line position or a defensive line position, and that's kind of what you're there for. But if you're like a wide receiver, if you're quick enough, you're not getting pounded like constantly every time you get the ball in your hand. So it's a little bit different. If you're a kicker, you're never getting hit. I think when you talk boxing, it's skin and skin. Like there's no protective gear. There's nothing to go. I mean, yeah, the headgear, if you put it, but I'm saying let's take the headgear out of it. Let's just look at boxing just in general. There's no protective gear. It's glove to glove, power and power, skin to skin. Like there's nothing that protects you from getting severely hurt. And I'm all for the equality of men and women. I think that, there's a lot of spaces that women are kind of undervalued or not kind of are undervalued when it comes to sports simply because they're women. But I think when we're talking boxing, you can't negate the power difference between a man and a woman.
Right.
You can be the most skilled boxer in the world, but a man inherently will still be stronger than you. That's just the way that science makes it. So when you're talking about boxing, you can jab. The reason he has to watch the type of punches he throws is because if he throws with full power, he can severely hurt her.
Right.
I know she spars with men, but a sparring is not a fight.
Yeah.
Like they're not in there trying to severely win, and beat you.
I mean, I get it. I mean, we'll see what happens, right? They're definitely talking, negotiating. We'll see where this thing go. Let's stay on the topic of women in sports. Here's a story for everyone. I'm sure people saw this. It's been going viral. The Jamaica women's soccer team.
They beat
right?
Brazil.
They advance, right? So they played France. It was a draw, 0-0. So they advanced and they beat Panama 1-0, I believe. And then they played Brazil. They end up advancing. It was a draw 0-0, but they moved on, right? That's not the story. The story for me, right, is that how they got to the World Cup. Literally how they got to the World Cup, Ashley and Corey. Hopefully you guys been following this story. They had to go out there and create a GoFundMe campaign to actually have the resources needed to go represent their country, right? And there's a lot of small countries that are actually doing extremely well right now, okay? even South Africa, and I think Nigeria. They're in similar boats where they're like, our federations are letting us down, right? How do we not have the backing of our country? So do you guys see this as a problem, right? We've been talking about women sports for a few years now, as far as like diversity, funding, more brands getting behind them. Like, what's y'all thoughts when y'all see this? Is this something that inspires you, or does it piss you off?
Well, you're Jamaican. Yeah. How do you feel about it?
I was just about to say, thank you for letting me add that. So as a Jamaican man, it's right here. It's my whole country.
There you go.
This very much saddens me because Wagwan. But no, this very much saddens me.
Big up, yeah, man.
I love all the love in the room, but I think it saddens me because I know what my family and what that country has been through. I don't come from a lot of riches, and I know like just how hard all my cousins have worked to even just do things like just move out. You know, like they're 30 plus years old because it's so hard to create an economy over there. And there's so many people who also come in from other countries and just construct, like, no offense, but like in the area that my dad grew up in, which is Black River, every market in that area is owned by Chinese outsources. So like you go in there and they're talking their native language. There's not a lot of respect, but you're there because it's there. You know what I mean? You just have to do what you have to do. But when we walk into these shops, I almost never see anyone outside of the grocery store that looks like us. So I feel like it's an economic issue, but it's sad because I noticed this when I was going there as a single-digit child, and it's still going on. I still have uncles that's been running boat for 40 years, and it's just the same with them, but I know that they want more.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Jamaica is one of my favorite places in the world. I've been 5 times now. I've gone a few times with my parents, a few times by myself, and I try to go to a different place
by myself
each time. Not like with my friends. Like I've been to Montego Bay, I've been to Ocho Rios, I've been to Lucy, I've been to so many parts of the island. I go back constantly because it's such a beautiful place, such a beautiful culture. The people are so hospitable. It's I feel a sense of peace when I'm there, which is why I go back so frequently. So it does sadden me that, the economy, with all of the people who enjoy the riches of the island throughout the year, the economy is still not where it needs to be to do right by its people. It's so unfortunate. Obviously I'm glad that they were able to bring the funds together, but that's why I'm so big on when people go to different culture, when people travel, especially when they travel to islands or countries where the economy is not great, to give back to that economy. Go to local restaurants, go to local shops, buy from vendors, venture outside of
the tourist
attractions, venture outside of the hotels, tip the staff. When I go, like, you're not really supposed to, but when I go, I usually stay in like all inclusives, but I'll go out and I'll do like excursions and stuff, and I always bring enough cash with me to tip the wait staff, to tip the guy who brings my bags. You think a couple of dollars is nothing to you, but to them that's huge. Like it's a big deal. So I just think that, this is just a reminder when you travel and you enjoy the beautifulness of another country or an island or wherever you're going in the culture, try to like give back to it in some capacity.
Beautiful. So hopefully, they have a big game. I think they're headed to Australia now. So they're gearing up for that. So make sure you tune in and support the Jamaican women's national team.
Have you been
to Jamaica? For sure. Also, my stepfather's Jamaican. He was deported. Woo. He was.
Why did you add that?
I mean, he's over there in Trelawney. So like we got land over there. Was in America. So my mom and dad divorced.
So you have a little Aki sawfish and.
I mean, the last 2 nights I've been at Island Tings eating.
Okay.
Saltfish. I'm getting yes.
I didn't know that about you, B.
Yeah, but it's interesting when I go over there. But I'm seeing like I'm in the sticks.
Yeah. How often have you gone? Like, have you been like a lot?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't go a lot. I don't go many places for pleasure. I'm always working, but we're always over. Maybe let's say once every 2 years.
You should go
Yeah.
more often. I try to go once a year.
Yeah, I should
My
go.
parents
Like he wants to
have
see
been
us.
probably more than me. My parents have gone a lot. That's like their favorite. That and Aruba are like their two favorite places.
Yeah. It's cool. You know, so we call him Ice, Big Daddy.
Is that a pause?
It's family, like it's like Papa, like you know what I mean, like. So what he wants to do is he wants us to buy some land right there on the water and create a resort. So that's something that we're looking at. He
Who's
also
the
has a farm
athlete that's
right now.
doing that? Reggie Bullock. Isn't he? He just did that. He bought land. I'm forgetting where, and he's building out a resort. Like him and his
Right.
family are building out a resort. I forget the island. Who's gonna look it up for me? But it broke news. He's building.
Oh, it says he owns an island in Belize.
Belize.
Oh, wow.
He's
That's dope.
and he's building a resort out in Belize. Belize is actually very up and coming with resorts. They're trying to attract a lot of athletes to come and visit in the off season. So keep an eye out for Belize.
Isn't that where the rapper that just got released, Shine? Isn't that where Shine's like the president over there, isn't he?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like the leader of the opposition out there in Belize, but he's been doing a lot of big things on trying to like build the attraction and the destination for vacations and all that, bringing tourism back to Belize and stuff like that. Yeah,
Belize is up and coming. Belize is up
BC.
and coming.
Talk
I'm about to put you on the spot. No. Put your camera back on. Don't try to run. BC, let me put you on the spot.
What's up?
Give me a bar from Shine. One bar.
One bar from Shine.
Ooh.
Tell me who wanna fuck with us? Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Stop bang. Let your fucking brain hang, snitches.
Oh, okay.
I love BC, bro.
BC. Hey, yo.
In the booth.
If this was ESPN, they'd like, bleed. Yo. Okay. Corey.
Yeah, so
Corey doesn't know what that was. He sat there and he said,
Nah.
"I have no
He's like,
idea."
who's Shine?
Do you know who Shine is?
Bro,
know who
oh my
Shine is?
goodness.
I don't know.
Ah.
I don't know if y'all saw me.
Can we put something on? Hold on one second. Turn my music
Corey,
on.
you
Hold
don't
on.
know who Shine is?
What song should I play? We gonna get cut. We ain't gonna be able to.
What?
What song?
Bad boys.
Bad boys. What you gonna do?
Bad Boys.
So that's what that
Hold
like
on.
the Cops intro. Did they
Not that one,
remix
but-
it? But
What
that's the song that
song? What's the name
they
of it?
sampled, I guess.
That's the name of the song. It's Shine and Barrington Lee.
It's Bad Boys, yeah.
Bad Boys.
So what's on the front of Cops? Is that what they sampled? Is this
Bro.
is
No,
this-
no,
listen, bro.
It's- I was messing with
Turn
you.
it
It's
up.
not that.
A quick, no, because I do know that they sampled it.
Oh.
I know this song.
Yeah, we talking about boys. Yeah.
Hey.
That's the dust.
Yeah, I know this song.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah. Hey, don't care about YouTube demonetizing us. Let's roll. Forget it. It's only gonna be 10 cents anyway. Yeah.
You never heard this
Come
song?
on, BC.
I
Come on, BC. Let me see, BC.
I had put
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm hip. I'm hip. But
Bro.
I never would have been able to tell you who that artist was.
Bro,
if y'all played
listen.
it first.
I cannot believe you've never heard of Shine.
Bro,
Like I said, I've heard of it, I guess, because I've heard this song before.
You know, I
but
came up with an idea, guys.
Hold on. Let me ask you this.
Okay, go ahead.
Really quick. Do you know what we celebrating this year in hip hop?
50th year, yeah.
Yes, hip hop 50th, right? The number one genre in all of music. Bro, I know you grew up in Miami. I get it, I understand it. And there's some legends down here. Because we can also play some JT Money, you know, some other people
Some Iceberg.
that y'all might not know. We can do that
Exactly.
too. You feel me? But dog,
Grind
we'll
mode.
hit, we'll hit.
bro, there,
Oh, don't you know about
Shine,
yeah.
right? Like, we can go on. Black Rob, y'all remember Black Rob?
Rob.
Oh yeah, Black Rob.
Yo, there's some artists, bro, and some hits out there, bro. Like, you
I'm
should
not
really
sure.
go back. We gonna put
Gotta
something
know
together
these,
for you.
Corey.
That's cool. Yeah, y'all
I had
put
a
it together
suggestion
some
though.
playlist.
I wonder if we should do it the opposite way.
What?
Meaning that should Corey give us questions sometimes to see if we're current culture?
Oh,
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that.
Because it feels
that's
like it's
easy.
always aimed at him.
I would
not knowing the
I
culture.
would
Oh, that's
definitely
easy.
be
He
fine.
said that's easy. Give
That's
us one
easy.
real quick then. Give me
What,
one.
like an artist, like a
It
artist.
don't matter.
out there?
Anything.
Y'all know
Anything
who
word
modern
y'all know
that
who
you
Jay
don't think
Critch
we
is?
would know.
Who?
Jay Critch, exactly.
Jay Critch.
Jay Critch.
Jay Critch.
Play a
He's
song.
he's from New York.
Put it in. Put it in.
Oh, we gonna play some
Jay
Jay Critch. Yeah, I got
Critch.
you.
Jay Critch.
Jay Critch,
Heard
man.
Crit, Jay
Jay
Critch.
Critch, hood fave.
Well, me and BC both from New York, and we both looking at each other like I don't.
BC knows who he is.
No,
I've heard of
BC
him
don't.
before. I know his stuff. I've heard of him.
Watch this.
I may
watch
have
this.
heard the
Okay,
name,
watch
but
this.
I can't name a song.
Okay, well, give me a bar like you just did with Shine.
Who, me?
Can't do that.
Yeah, BC. Let me hear it.
He's not new though. Jay Critch has been out for a while.
Not like that. He speaks to the new generation.
Make mistakes and I ain't get no edit. Streets cold, better zip up the cleats and zip up the belly. Ain't no how, but I knew I would get it. Keep it with me, stay ready, and you gotta get ready. If she a baddie, call her up like get ready. I'm sending the big body shit.
Ooh.
I was broke for her, no debit. In the corner store, they gave me credit.
See,
I
nobody
don't know.
know about Jay Critch.
What y'all think in the chat? What's this called? Drill music? What they call that music?
No,
It's
it's
just
not,
vibe music.
It's
Vibe
not drill.
All right, let's
It's not
pause
drill.
it.
Yo, real talk.
Smooth.
Real talk.
He said Corey
I haven't
Critch.
heard a Jay Critch song since like 2019.
Wait, cause you ain't hip.
You know him.
You ain't hip.
He's from Clinton Hill.
But
like,
so she
Yeah,
she
she
knows.
but
him
like,
now.
but like, I haven't heard like him and like anyone. I haven't
'Cause
heard
you ain't
anyone
keeping
speak
up.
about him since like 2019.
Well, let me ask you that, because don't y'all think there's artists though that like they sound better on songs by themselves as opposed to features? I think he's just one of those artists.
Maybe I'm just saying, like, that's why when he said it, I was like, it can't be the one that I'm talking about, cause that I think of, because I haven't heard of him since like 2019.
Yeah. All right. You got anything else for us from the Gen Z? Y'all
Gen Z, who else we got?
anything? I mean,
You like
it could
Big
be a
X the
question, it
Plug.
could be word, but
Yeah.
y'all don't got no. Well, think about it. Let me
Yeah,
ask y'all this question. No, I ain't ready to go there.
No.
Like y'all saw Chloe redo Gunna's "Fuck You Mean" song. Excuse my language to everybody out there.
Chloe Bailey?
Chloe Bailey. Like, yo, she went in. Did you see it, Ashley?
No, I haven't even come across that.
I saw
Can
her
you
on
BC?
YouTube do it.
Can we pull that clip? Chloe Bailey does "F You Mean." Like, yo, she's brilliant.
She sampled that song?
No, she ain't sampled. So the backstory is this: Gunna and Chloe was a thing.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I don't know what he did. I don't know what she did, but then they became not a thing. Bro go down. He doing 23-1. Corey, put him back on the spot. Woo. What is 23-1?
So,
Yeah, you do 23
locked away.
in the cage.
23 and 1, 23
There
and
we
1.
go. So
just always
boom,
know
he
it
in
as
there.
23 and
I don't know what. If I'm in there too, I'm thinking about a bunch of things. One of the things for sure is like when I get out, I gotta get my lady back.
That's the one where she was wearing the all black. She was dressed like Gunna, with the glasses.
This song?
and the all black jumpsuit. Right?
I
when she's
don't
sitting
know.
Down.
But like, but we gotta. Once they find this, I'm gonna play this. But yo, she went in. So it seems like, you know what I'm saying, they might be back. Because if they actually think about it, if you break up, you with Gunna. No, come on, we ain't going there yet. But you with Gunna, y'all break up. Okay? He comes home, everything he going through, know the situation, and then you remake his song. That's saying I'm standing with Gunna. I'm supporting him. Do you respect it?
That's my man. I'm gonna stand by him. Listen.
What he said.
That's my man. I'm gonna stick by him. I mean, listen. If she likes it, I love it. Good for you, sis.
But here's the thing. I'm not ready for this conversation because I'm not trying to get kicked out the culture. I consider I Am Athlete and all of us as gatekeepers of the culture. We are blessed with a platform. We have over 1 million subscribers, right? And I think it's on us to have certain conversations. But the dude, he was on his way to iconic status. Like for me at least, like his sweat. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Turn it up.
Why is she
Fuck
dressed
you mean?
Still good.
I'm gonna wanna back all of me splurge. Watch me jump right off the curb. Then they spark fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my ego, don't know what you heard. Crank up the phone and I swerve. Keep me a stick if they purge. Fuck you mean? I'm gonna want it, they working my nerves. I'm about to pour up some syrup. Fucking this bitch like a bird. Smack from the back, grab a perm. Ice, the bird. Shitting on all you little turds. can't take that dick with your tongue. In my own way we can merge. Suck on the wings you can learn. Let's see how much you can learn. Watch me go big like the worm. And I ain't smoking no sherm. I'm in the bib with Pility. Cupid ski. I like my bitches is pretty. They showing they titties. It's up to the ceiling like. I let her run through a million. I rock with her really. Let's fuck on a billion like. I'ma get down to the gritty. Then fuck up the city. Fuck you mean.
I like her glasses. I wonder where those are from.
All right, before we get into it, look, we're not gonna go too far into the whole Gunna situation. Not right now. I'm gonna bring on some real culture, street icons that can walk us through, navigate us through what's going on. Right? I've been reading through the paperwork. I'm just saying right now, the paperwork for me doesn't say that he snitched.
He didn't.
Okay, but we ain't gonna have that right now. So I want to do this real quick. Ashley Nicole Moss. No, look at BC. BC, come on here. Listen, man, come on, man. And this is what I would say. When Thugger come home and what Thugger say, that's what we listening to.
I just listen. Free Thugger. That's all. That's
right. Free Thugger.
That's where we stand.
That's
right.
Because even
when
YSL is not a gang.
But when we had Joe Budden on, we really got to talk about that. And there's people like Fat Joe standing up on this, and even Jay-Z, that you can't use our lyrics in court. It makes no sense, right? So there's a whole thing there. But really quick, back in the day there was the Source, BC, you know this, and they used to give out 5 mics, right? A project come out and it's like, yo, this project, 3 mics, 5 mics. So how many mics? 5 mics is great. It's like 1 out of 10. So 5 would be 10, Ashley.
I'm aware. You should explain that to court.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Y'all gave me my lesson.
So everybody got to go around and you got to give Chloe your mics. How many mics does she get?
I'll give it a solid 4.
Wow, tough.
3.5, 4.
What? 3.5, 4. Why?
I like the original more. And also, like, the ad-libs were a little bit too much for me. I feel like the ad-libs were a little OD. But I'll give it a 4.
When you say OD, like aggressive, the cursing?
Like, it was a little bit too many ad-libs for me. Like, okay. I'd rather her have just, like, sung a little ad-lib here, little ad-lib there, little ad-lib there. Mm-hmm. But it seemed like it was, like, every other bar was an ad-lib.
But I can see you.
But it's a 4. She looked good, too.
But I can see you
Does that count?
Getting ready to go to one of your little famous restaurants that you always go to every single weekend.
I would just play the original.
No, I can see you playing this, putting your makeup, being in the mirror, doing all of this, getting dressed.
What do you think I listen to when I get ready?
Do you listen to music
like
when you get ready?
NWA and stuff like that.
NWA, get out of here. All right, Corey. Where we at? How many mics are you giving her?
If I'm being honest, I give her 3 mics. The reason why I give her 3 mics is because I would have liked her to like freestyle, give like a little bit of freestyle.
She's not a rapper, Corey.
I understand that, but she's an artist, right? Like, give me like a couple bars that'd have been different from the original song. If she would have did that, I'd be like, oh, that'd have been tough. I might have gave her like a 4.
But did she not freestyle though? That's what that.
No, that wasn't.
No,
a freestyle.
they were ad libs. They were just ad libs.
She just sang really, she just sang the song. If I'm being honest, so I give her 3. Like she sang it pretty well, and to Ashley's point, she looked good, so I give her 3 mics.
BC, where we at? How many mics? We can't hear you, BC. You gotta turn your mic on, BC.
I think you said 4.5.
4.5. I said 4.5.
I'm reading lips.
4.5.
Explain.
Yeah.
Break it down for us. Why 4.5?
I mean, she ripped it. She stayed on. She did the melody. She sounds good doing it. She just the swag. I think it was the swag for me more. Just how she.
Right.
She killed it. She bodied it. She did body it.
You're in music, right, BC?
Yes, I am.
What do you do in music?
I do management, a lot of background shit, paperwork, A&R shit, stuff like that. Help artists get their music
together. Such a foul
together.
Mouth today. What's up with you? No, I'm just playing. I'm messing with you. So BC, if you saw this, right? Well, you saw this, right? Like, boom, you're out there. Is this somebody you're going after? Let's say she's not signed. Like, yo, I need to go get her. Are you trying to contact her after seeing something like this go viral?
Yeah, because I mean, for one, she looks great, right? So she catches your eye. Then she sounds amazing. So yeah, definitely gonna take a closer look at that.
Yeah, she has a really great voice.
Yeah, for sure. Woo?
I'll make it short and sweet. I think she's a 3.5. First, want to say she looks great. And the reason why I give her a 3.5 is mainly because I think the presentation of the flow was really nice. But for me, I'm the type of guy, I like to listen to things 2-3 times to really see what they're saying. And I didn't have enough time to see what she was saying, so I'm gonna give her 3.5 right now.
Yeah, yo, I'm gonna give her 5 mics. Here's why.
Wow. Oh,
You guys already hit on all the other
jumping
stuff.
out the window.
From a lyric standpoint, from a music standpoint, from a swagger standpoint. So I'll probably give her like a 4.5, 5 just off of the stuff y'all saying. So I'll come in higher than most. Well, BC came in at 4.5. I give her a 5 because, you know, this is what you call like loyalty stand up, right? Like whatever's happening with Gunna, Thugga, and this whole situation, racketeering or the RICO charge, right?
Get hit with the RICO.
You know, when you go through things in life, like who's going to be there and be by your side? Nobody in the culture, nobody in music right now is saying anything about Gunna. Nobody's breaking it down for us and saying like, oh, read this, here's what's happening, et cetera, et cetera. This is someone who has like, she hasn't even stepped into her prime. She's under Beyonce, her and her sister. So for her to come out here and be the first to kind of publicly support him in this way, because he just dropped, you know, his album not too long ago. Now he got videos coming out. He just dropped, I think something Rodeo Drive. You know what I mean? So check that out. There's a lot of like hidden messages in there, and he's telling some of his story there. But like to me, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like for her to say, you know, I'm supporting my man, if that's what it is.
You're making mad assumptions, though.
Yeah.
But come on, Ashley,
Like,
you know
they
was together.
You making mad, like the assumptions are OD right
That's
now.
not even an assumption. Come on, if she come out and do this.
You don't even know if they were actually dating. You don't even know if they're still in communication. You don't even know if they're dating now.
They was dating in the past.
How do you know that?
They was together. They
Who
was
It was at a
said?
basketball game. I remember them.
I
at a
did.
You can't
Look
go
it
to a
up.
basketball game with your homie.
Look at it.
I gotta be.
Now, come on, ain't no celebrities going out together, because you see what celebrities do.
Oh my God.
Look, hey, we gonna walk out this restaurant. You gonna get in one car, I'm gonna get in the other, because we don't even want the.
So think about what you just said. Without philosophy, if they were actually dating, why would they sit together at a game and be photographed?
Because it was public. They came out.
Who said they came out?
TMZ.
Alright. I'm not.
I got a quote by Chloe from April this year. Sadly, I have not been seeing anybody for almost a year now. So I don't know if that timeline.
No, but go back.
is
Just
with
Google
Gunna.
if they were together. Google if they were
They
together.
probably weren't together,
They
but
just
they
say
weren't
being linked.
together.
There's no like evidence of them saying like we're together. It's just a lot of linkage
Oh, my
between
goodness.
music and like where like events that they go to. That's
Hey
all I'm
man,
seeing.
all I know, if y'all ever see me out in public with someone, mind your business. It ain't my man unless I say it's my man. That's all I got to say.
But they also made
mind
a
your
song
When they
business.
thought they were cousins.
I think I heard that it was
Mind your
possibly like a
business.
rollout for their song that they made together. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I mean, of course,
I
that's
don't think there
not
was any
fact. That's not.
concrete
It's alleged.
information on it.
Yeah, yeah.
But if
BC,
they
I see you.
are-
BC, I see you trying to jump in there. Jump out the booth. What's up, BC?
No. I said I think that's what it was too, because they were working on music videos together. It might have been just some publicity shit. They was hanging out for a few weeks, but nothing crazy. Now,
Man,
But
Let me
this
be
makes
the
it sound
fact
like
checker.
a relationship.
They might have had a little thing, but you know.
Man, I'm all right. Like y'all, let me Google. Let me go to Google.com. Let me see this.
Google.com.
Here we go. Google.com, and I'm putting in what's her name?
Chloe Bailey.
Chloe. How you spell it?
CHLOE
CHLOE. Chloe
BAILEY.
and Gunna. This is how I be doing it. I don't know what y'all be typing in. And Gunna. Damn, I'm putting Gunna dating. Oh, I ain't even have to put dating in.
Yeah.
In the
I'm
search,
looking at
as soon as I
pictures of them
put
holding hands
Chloe
right
and
now.
Gunna, dating came up. Boom, I'm gonna click it. Discusses her dating life after holding. Boom. So here we go. We'll get back to it because it's a lot of reading.
What's the website, Brandon?
This is E-News. All right, let me see if Gunna's okay. Oh, you interested? So you want me to keep going?
No, I'm not.
All right, we
wanna check
move
the
on, but I'm gonna
source.
come back to this. I'm gonna read.
I'm not. I couldn't be less interested.
Hold on.
Like truthfully.
You can't teach me things, all right, prospect, their suitors, and someone who appears to have Chloe's interest, her, you, and me, collect. No, never mind. We'll move on.
Yeah. We don't care.
We'll move on.
All right, well, let's go back to football, huh? As I
We
said,
got way off sports.
way off sports. But as I said at the top of the show, football is back. But of course, Ashley and Brandon don't agree with me. But hey, we could turn on some NFL football on our televisions tonight, so I'm thankful. But the Jets face off the Browns. Aaron Rodgers will not play, so won't Deshaun Watson. But the both teams have already I said that Kellen Mond will start for the Browns and Zach Wilson will start for the Jets. But what is a ritual, of the teams that participate in the Hall of Fame game is that they go to the Hall of Fame, the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio, and they look at, just the presentations there, the headstones, so on and so forth. However, the Jets were there recently, and Aaron Rodgers humbly walked past his 2020 MVP display at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I kind of liked how he did it. Brandon, we was talking about this in the production meeting, right? Like, he knows he went, and we're gonna play this here in a moment, right? But he looks at it, walks past it humbly, but he knows he wants to take a good look at it, right, Brandon?
Yeah. Look. This is a big deal, right? This is Aaron Rodgers, like Corey said. They got the Hall of Fame game tonight, right? And so they're going to walk Canton, Ohio. Let's run that video again. So they're in Canton, Ohio, and they're walking the Hall of Fame building, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Aaron Rodgers sees, his equipment, his jersey from his MVP year. What stands out to me is, like, you see it, guys, like, yo, this is pretty cool. This is dope. You're trying to, soak it in. But then he quickly moves on. It's like he knew, Ashley, he wanted to stay there a little longer and potentially get a picture. You know what I'm saying? When you see this, if this is you, if you're Aaron Rodgers, Ashley, do you sit there? He didn't even read. Look at the whole little paragraph right there. That's a lot to read. He didn't even read that. This is a big deal. This is a Hall of Fame. This is where the greatest are enshrined. Jerseys and different records. He didn't even sit there and take it in and read it. So if you're Aaron Rodgers, Ashley, do you play it the same way to be cool?
No.
Or do you stay there, read it, and take pictures?
No, I wouldn't take pictures, but I would soak it in. I would get up close, read it. I would look at, the whole jersey, the photo in the back. Like I would have given it a little bit more than he did. It's a little odd that he just I get you're on a new team. You don't want to look like maybe you're reminiscing. You want the old thing back. I don't think anybody would have thought that if he had stayed there longer. I mean, it's an MVP exhibit in the Football Hall of Fame. Like, that's a big deal. Like, I don't think anybody would have judged him if he just would have basked in the moment a little bit longer. It is kind of odd that he just was like, he looked at it as almost it was like the amphibian case at the Bronx Zoo. Like, I think
that's
kind of cool.
It's like playing it cool.
I don't know.
I would have probably played it the same way Aaron Rodgers did. Like, if I was around people, if I was by myself, I would have took it in.
It didn't even look like he was around that many people.
His teammate, everybody, there's people in front of him, people behind him.
So what? This is your team. This is not even from last year. It's just from 2020.
And you know what? I feel uncomfortable, like, even hanging memorabilia in my house. Like, that's weird to me.
Is it?
Yeah, like I never, like, you get so much stuff. You have so much stuff: jerseys, balls, cleats, so many things. People, paintings. I ain't got none of that stuff hanging in my house.
Hold on a second.
None.
You don't have any memorabilia at your house, but you walk outside the studio and there's a hallway of Brandon Marshall right there. Yeah. Every jersey that you could think of, Brandon Marshall. What is the difference?
So I had a game room and I had all my jerseys up there, meaning like the jerseys that I collected of other guys. Mm-hmm. And there was some memorable moments of like a Pro Bowl jersey, et cetera, et cetera. So that was the only room. What I'm talking about outside of jerseys, like if you go into a lot of athletes' houses, you'll see, game balls, cleats, paintings, pictures, photos, action shots. Like, they want any of that. So you are right there. My guys hung that up. So you do see some of my jerseys here. But
why is it weird though? Maybe
I can do that here. I'm okay with even putting more stuff up in a facility or an office, but not my crib.
But why is that? Like, okay, I can understand like the paintings and the photos, maybe a little OD at the house. But if it's like a couple, if it's like jerseys, if it's like a game ball from a really major game, or even if it's like a couple of photos like of, I don't know, Barack Obama came to a game and like he wanted to just
that goes in the office.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that weird to hang in the house?
Because it's like, you know, they say our identity is wrapped up in the sport, right? And this is how I felt. And it's like people come in and it's just like, that doesn't even fit right in the living room. When have we ever walked in other people's houses and seen like Michael Jordan or Larry Bird hanging up in your formal room? Like that's corny to me. You know what I mean? That's me worshiping myself. Like I don't need to worship myself. And then also, you know, there was a part of it was my kids as well, right? Like I didn't want my sons to play football, so like I wanted to make sure that there wasn't like this whole, you know, the shrine of me every single day that they saw, like, you know, like, this is what I want to be. They caught the football bug anyway, though. So I couldn't get around it.
I wanted to ask you one question, because you watched the series Quarterback, right?
Correct.
How did you feel about Kirk Cousins' room?
That's the same thing. He did the same thing.
What was wrong with his
room? As a shrine. It was a shrine to himself.
No.
He had game balls. He had a mannequin with his jersey on.
That's creepy.
No, it was the same thing. No.
Like a mannequin like
I'm
that?
just asking, like, what's your opinion about him doing that?
I actually liked his approach. So basically, Ashley, and I know we know you don't watch this
like
series.
A mannequin like we saw in the
No,
Aaron
it's like
Rodgers
you
video?
open up it's almost like a private room. Okay, so it's almost like you see a book, right, Woo? Like it's like almost like if you saw like a bookshelf,
like a secret room,
and you like a secret room. You open it up, and then inside was like his man cave, but it was just nothing but all of his memorabilia. The reason why he did that was the same thing that I said. He didn't want to walk in his house and have shit everywhere. So he's like, look, my dad and my coach said like these things are important, you know, and I get it. You know, these are things that reminds me of like where I've been, where I come from. And so he has it in just this private room, but his people can't see it every single day. He's not looking at it every single day. I kind of like it, Woo. I respect it.
Okay, I'm just asking, that's all.
Because like if you go to my mom's house, like, because going back to what Ashley was saying and asking me like, okay, why here, why there? My home is just different. Like I just want my home to be my home. But if you go to my mom's house, like I'm fine with my mom having all my stuff up there. Like she has some of my like most memorable stuff there. Balls, game balls, cleats, you know, Pro Bowls, all pro stuff, clippings. I'm cool with that. You know, I don't got to see that every day. That's not my crib. And I'm cool with like my office outside of my home having some more of those things as well. It just can't be my crib. I don't know why. Maybe it's weird. Maybe it's just, I don't know.
Well, if Kirk Cousins can have a shrine, you can have one too.
You know, all right, we'll move on.
Yeah. Well, Brandon, I got a couple of questions to go back to like the preseason. So as a wide receiver one, like, I mean, I got a couple of questions. What are you as a wide receiver one using the preseason as, right? Yeah. And then let's look at it from the perspective of guys trying to earn their position. What are they approaching? You know, how are they approaching this preseason?
Sorry to do this to you, Corey, but I want to tell a quick story because, you know, let's throw that video back up there of Aaron Rodgers. Okay, so we just talked about Aaron Rodgers being in Canton, Ohio, the Jets. Football's back, football's tonight, right? So anyways, I went to an NFL deal a couple years ago. And I made a stop in Canton, Ohio. It was like a 30-minute drive from where we were at, okay? From Cleveland or something, maybe 45 minutes. The reason why, Ashley and Woo, I wanted to go to Canton, Ohio is because what happens is in the NFL is if you break a record or you have a legendary game, right after the game, league officials will come to you and say, hey, Ashley, you just broke the NFL record. 5 interceptions. She thinks she's a DB. That's what she says. She thinks she'll be like Deion Sanders. Ashley, you got 5 interceptions. Well, please look up the record for most picks in the game. 6 interceptions in the game. We need everything that you have on right now. We're taking it to Canton, Ohio, right? Boom. So there's a couple times in my career where, you know, I've had these moments and I've given them everything. So boom, I'm in Cleveland. I'm 30, 40 minutes away from, you know, the Hall of Fame. I want to go see it. I drive over there, Ashley. I broke the single game record of most catches in a game. Mm-hmm. 21.
21.
Okay.
I don't know if this counts, but it says in 1950, Jim Hardy got 8 interceptions in a game.
Wow. Okay,
The most
Ashley, you
recent
broke the
was
record. You got
2001.
9.
Sweet.
You got 9. But here we go. I walk in. I'm walking around, Ashley, Corey. Just like what Aaron Rodgers is doing. I'm looking for my jersey 21. I want to see this. This is a special moment for me. It's not there. But you know what's there?
What do you mean it's not there? Like
It's not there, Ashley. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not sitting there. It's supposed to be like that. It's not there. But you know what is there? And it's no hatred. And this is not why we beef. T.O. T.O. broke the record, like 10 years before I did, Corey.
Yeah,
18, or no, it was 20.
20, that's what time.
That's up there. How do you think I responded?
Give my stuff back.
Yeah, my twin. Ashley, I called my agent. I said, yo, call the Hall of Fame. I want my stuff back. I went in the back. I said, I want to see it. They said, Brandon, we're going to take you in the back, see if it's back there. And then they come back and they said, it's on the road. So they say we take our memorabilia and our Hall of Fame stuff and we go on road shows. So their answer to me was that your display is on the road right now. But I called my agent. I said, I don't want to hear it, man. Like, have them send that back to me. I still haven't received it. So, sorry to take you guys down memory lane. I had to get that
How
off my
long
chest.
ago was that?
2000, maybe it was 2018, 2019. Maybe I was still playing. What it was I think it was like the rookie symposium where the rookies come together for 2-3 days.
Yeah.
And then they have vets and all these people come out and speak to them. So I did a panel there. And so it may have been that.
Damn, so what is it, 5 years later you still don't have it?
Yeah, but I'm not expecting. I just want it up. Because like what I want to see is like I want my kids or my, if it's the record still exists, which I think it's going to be hard and difficult for somebody to break that record. But I would love for like people to go and see it, like, damn, I remember that moment, or my people to go and be like, damn, that's cool, that's my people. But I think, Corey, and it's the last thing I'll say because it's like now I'm just talking about myself here, and it's feeling a little uncomfortable. But here we go. I think that record would be hard to break. We're talking about 21 catches in a game. Ashley, can you tell me why it will be hard to break this record? Why do you think it'll be hard to break this record?
For a few reasons. I think that defenses are more athletic than they've ever been. I think that also wide receivers, teams have more athletic wide receivers, and then before it's not just wide receiver one and that's your sole option. Now you got 2, 3, sometimes 4 of them on a team. Sometimes you got a tight end who's also a wide receiver. Now you got a running back who's also a wide receiver. So you have multiple targets for a quarterback to go ahead and hit. It's not going to be just him and that one guy anymore. Back in the day, it used to be QB1 had wide receiver 1. I'm always looking for you, baby. You and me. Now it's like, all right, I can't get to you. I got this guy. I got that guy. I got running back number 1. I got my tight end here. A lot more options. So I think that it's going to make it harder because he would have to literally target that one person the entire game. And I just don't think games flow like that anymore.
Okay. Corey, do you want to add anything to that?
Honestly, Ashley hit the nail on the head, right? I mean, those are all the points there. It's just like there's just too many other options nowadays. You got a wide receiver 1, 2, and 3 as opposed to maybe just a wide receiver 1, a tight end 1 has used to be traditionally. So no, she hit the nail on the head.
I'm gonna come back and ask another question, but I want to tell you guys why I think it'll be hard. Records are meant to be broken. One day it will go down, but I think it could be one of those records that's. I say this and watch. Week 3 comes and that shit broke and somebody goes out there. Garrett Wilson has 25 catches like in week 3. But the connection between quarterback and wide receiver has to be a legendary one. We're talking about Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison. We're talking about, T.O. I think it was T.O. and Steve Young or somebody like
Might
that,
be Jeff
right?
Garcia, actually.
Oh, it was Jeff Garcia?
Yeah.
Okay, so you had Jerry Rice, all of that, right? So it has to be that type of connection. Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen. And there's like 11 of those guys in the league. Justin Jefferson and Kirk Cousins, okay? Those type of tandems. But here's the deal. Ashley, so you have to be one of those 11 to 12 tandems, but you also have to be losing. So think about it, you're throwing the ball that much, you're losing. So that means, you know what I mean, you got to have this chemistry, you got to have the perfect game plan, right? Like if you're up, we're running the ball. So it has to be like the perfect storm for it to happen. We were playing against the Colts and we were down by like, 2 scores. So we were just throwing it every single play. And Kyle Orton was just dropping back and looking at me. So we'll see. Let me ask you guys this question, then we'll move on. Ashley, Corey, this record goes down this year. Who breaks it? Yeah, think
Corey?
about it. And let's take time. We're on YouTube. We don't have to fill space.
Yeah.
I want y'all to really think about it. Corey, you really ready to answer this question?
I am.
Go.
Don't say a Miami Dolphin, because then I'm going to kick you out.
I think it's a perfect receiver because I think this receiver is going into this season with a chip on his shoulder, and his name's actually been in the news a lot lately. I think Mike Evans could do it.
Mike Evans and they're going to be losing.
They're going
to be losing.
Definitely going to be losing.
That's
And you got Baker
He's a big body receiver. He has great hands, and it's like their offense is lacking this year just with playmakers.
That's a good pick.
Most
He
recently,
might be able to do it.
history to get close is 15 with Chris Godwin, 2021.
Wow, and he was on the Bucks too.
I think I was
on the
watching
Bucks.
that too. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, because they've like
Wait,
close.
she said
That's a
2021?
really good pick.
2021
That was
he
a
did
really
that.
good one.
Yeah,
Yo,
it's
Corey.
fine.
Yeah, Mike
No,
Evans is a
seriously,
good
that
choice.
really
That was a
a
really
one.
good pick.
Mike Evans. I think he
CD
could do it.
Lamb.
No, because we'll be winning.
They're going to
And
win.
they got
They're not
Gallup,
going
they
to
got
win the
Cooks.
Super Bowl. The Dallas Cowboys is going to the Super Bowl. Will represent the NFC.
Yeah, well, yeah. Maybe someone of the Giants will do it. They're not going to have anything to play for.
Well, the kid Hyatt is he in position? They love him, but
Jalen.
see who?
Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
That was a really good pick.
We're gonna see.
Did you choose Ashley?
No, I can't even think of one.
Come on,
That was a
Ashley.
really good pick. No, because everyone I'm thinking of is like are going to be on winning teams. Like a Jamar Chase is going to be winning.
DeAndre Hopkins. What do you think about DeAndre Hopkins?
I just don't trust Tannehill to get him the ball that much.
And they have a good run game, so
Yeah,
they're always gonna mix that in, even when
Yeah,
they're down.
Stephon
It
Diggs
seems
is
to
gonna
be
be
that they always
winning.
mix it in.
Well,
Justin
Stephon
Jefferson's
Diggs
going to be winning.
But that was actually the one I was thinking of. Maybe possibly Justin Jefferson.
But the Vikings are going to be winning games, though.
But they lost to Adam Thielen, so they're down a receiver.
But add
They
this
got
too.
Jordan
But
Addison. I
add
don't know.
this too. Here's also why it's hard. Because when you're a dog receiver like that, or you have that type of tandem, what do they do against Justin Jefferson?
Double him.
There you go. So they're going to double you. They're going to play coverage. We were losing. So it's like, well, we're just going to do what we do.
No
You're playing
incentive to
against the
double.
Colts. The Colts was just playing cover 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So simple defense. They weren't doubling me. But Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, if Garrett Wilson takes off, I mean, he had over 1,000 yards without Aaron Rodgers, right? They're going to start doubling these guys. They're going to game plan against them.
Yeah.
So it'll be tough.
Yeah. All right, well, what we're going to do is take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to talk about Damian Lillard because there's an update with his situation.
Game time.
Yes, ma'am. And we're going to call either cap or fact on this whole, alleged that, Cooper, was it Cooper Flagg? I almost said Cooper Cup. Cooper Flagg cooked Bradley Beal. So we'll talk about that when we come right back.
It's time to go, bro. It's time to go. I actually, that was my name.
You smell me?
Called you green light?
Yeah.
I learned all this shit from him. Emmett Beach, oh my God.
The girls in the back.
We could talk for hours.
Green light here. Okay.
Hey, green
No,
light.
it's a song, by the way, it's a song.
Hold on, let me explain
It's a song
this
on the
real
Best of Both
Let me
Worlds.
explain this though, because this is
It's a song on Best of Both Worlds that called the Green Light. You don't know that song?
Oh, yeah,
Green
okay.
Light.
Yeah.
Every time I go in Magic City, that song come on. I make sure the DJ play it. I spend about 15, 16, 20,000.
On the song?
one song.
Yeah, on that song. Like
Yo.
that's the time to go. It's time to go.
And you gotta realize, I'm young.
5K in 3 hours in the strip club.
But I'm young, bro.
Yeah,
I'm young.
petty.
No,
I spent more than 5,000.
I ain't even throwing my money.
I ain't going on one song, though.
Pac and Tish had to teach me how to throw money a couple months ago.
Listen, I
ain't know how to do it.
I spent $10,000 every Monday night for 10 years straight.
come on. And I matched you too. That's no
Want to
cap.
say that again?
I spent $10,000
Every
Monday night in Magic
No
City
bullshit.
for 10 years straight. No bullshit.
No bullshit,
For
bro.
10 years straight.
4.8.
Was it worth it?
Hell yeah.
That's a great question, too. My financial advisor will be on my line. Shady McCoy, man, listen, if you want to be broke, keep doing that. You know how they talk.
I mean, for me, yeah, it was worth it because it was a cultural movement. It wasn't even about the dancers per se. It wasn't about me being this horny guy that wanted to see naked women, right? It wasn't about that. It was just about the actual cultural movement of what was actually happening.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. After a quick commercial break, hands have been washed, bathrooms have been used. Now, now the chat, before we move on to Dame talk and NBA talk, which I'm excited about, the chat has been asking for what they are referring to as a shoe cam. So I feel like...
Really?
Word?
Yeah, I feel like what we should do is hold our shoes to the camera.
Okay.
And let them vote on who has the sickest kicks for today's show. And maybe do this a couple of times, or whatever the case may be. We'll do it just me, Corey, and Brandon.
Uh-huh.
And we'll see, let the chat vote, and we'll tally up the vote at the end of the show to see who won today.
That's pretty
And maybe
tough.
we can do that throughout the show sometimes.
But I want to address something before we do it.
Oh my God. Disclaimer.
Is this not weird and maybe inappropriate?
What?
Like, is this not a fetish? Like, our chat wants to see
shoes, kicks,
just the
not
shoes,
feet,
not
not
feet,
feet,
man.
Cam. What is wrong
We're
with
actually
you?
gonna take the shoe off and just put it right here. That's not.
No, just lift your foot up.
Oh, is that what
All
we
right,
do?
paper
Well, I mean,
chasers.
I'm not positioned like y'all, so I'd have to take my
Okay,
shoe off.
you can take your shoe off.
Yeah,
Brandon,
yeah.
can you lift your foot up to the camera?
I'll take it off. I'll take
Okay,
it
well,
off.
I
You
can
wanna
lift
do it?
my
All
shoe
right,
up.
let's
We'll do it one at a time. Let's go to Corey first.
Me first?
We'll go to Corey first.
I don't
Okay,
know.
Corey, show the people your
I'm
kicks.
probably gonna win this, John, if I'm being honest. I got the wave runners. Come on now, you can't go wrong with the wave
They
runners.
crispy,
Look at
too.
that.
How you keep them
Beautiful.
so clean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a sneakerhead thing. All of my shoes look clean.
Really? How you not have it creased? Like, how do you...
You gotta walk the right way, man.
You see he don't bend his knees when he walks.
Right. All right, so,
All right, Brandon,
Ashley.
go ahead.
Okay. Guys, very exclusive. Okay?
He's
I'm in
very
LA.
exclusive.
Ashley, like, he always
got
doing
a
too
story.
much.
Oh, my God.
Ashley, I'm in LA
Story
3 months
time.
ago. I'm walking down Melrose, but I'm also got my head on a swivel because in Melrose, in LA is wild.
Oh yeah.
Broad daylight, they jacking. So I'm walking down Melrose, head on a swivel, and boom, boom. As I'm looking, I see something, and it says, only 50 made, limited edition. So these shoes here, boom.
Yeah, it's tough.
Ashley, y'all can't compete with these. You picked the wrong day to start this. I got a little. Yeah, you hear me? A little crease there. They're not as clean as Corey's. I don't know how to take care of anything that I own, right? But that's it. That's your winner of the day.
Wait, is the material on the Nike sign different too? I just saw that last
You
second.
almost hit me in the head with
It's
that.
like a carpet
Yeah,
material
feel
too,
that,
right?
feel that.
Yeah. You almost let that go. You almost let that go by without even showing up.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's cool. I like that.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm going to
Ashley,
keep
last but
mine
not least.
short and sweet. I have on the Jordan 1 University Blue right here. My babies.
Those are
nice
mids?
and suede on the
Yeah,
on
those
the
are high
toe, nice and
He said,
crispy.
"Those
You see
mids?"
no crease here. These are my bad boys right here. These are the University Blue Jordan 1. So that's what I have.
Okay, so she might know something. Are those like well sought after?
These were a hot release when they came out. I got really lucky, got my hands on these. I actually got these at Stadium Goods in New York. I was there I was in New York when they dropped. I got my hands on them. I have a plug at Stadium Goods. One of my homeboys works there. So I was like, you got to keep me a pair. And I have small feet, so I'm able to lock them down.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't know though. Those are mids.
These are definitely ones.
Those are y'all know when we first started.
These are definitely ones.
When we first started I Am Athlete, right? Like I'm not a sneakerhead.
And
Now
they're
I
retro.
own
And they're
some
retro.
stuff. Okay, I got you. I wasn't into this stuff, Corey. And so now I'm finally investing in what I'm wearing and the shoes and stuff like that. Boom. And it grew on me. But everybody in the chat used to say like, yo, y'all help y'all boy out. He's wearing mids. Like, what's wrong with my shoes? Like, these is dope. Like, I'm wearing that, but I was buying mids, like the different colors. I had no clue that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm looking, and it looks like it's lean in my direction. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Well, let's get a non-biased.
Go ahead. Well, I'm seeing a lot of Ashley.
Hold on. Let it build up for a little bit.
Let it build. I'm seeing
right,
Corey
right.
too. I'm seeing B Marsh one.
Come
trying to
on.
see if they could throw like a number to give you guys so that way I
Why
can
do
see
I
it more
always-
accurately.
Why do I always got to do this and do
It's
more?
very
Guys,
even though.
Guys,
He said, I got to do more.
No, guys.
Guys.
Come on.
Yeah,
guys.
Corey,
Come on.
throw up your shoe one more time.
Come on.
Come on.
Let's take a
Come on.
vote.
Just to give him
One
like
for
a last
Corey,
Come on.
2 for B,
Hold on.
3
Try to
for
get it.
Ashley.
There we
Look
go.
at this.
Come on.
What are we doing?
Come on, guys.
Get our solos. Get our solos. Get our solos.
Look at these shoes, y'all.
Do a
Come
solo.
on.
Come on now. You can't
Can we get
go
a solo?
wrong with the
Each
waivers,
shoe.
yo.
Don't play.
One time for the
Don't
people.
play.
It's definitely gonna be one of
Let me
those.
give him a
checks,
slow
though.
rotation.
All right, BC, go solo. Go solo,
Solo.
real quick. Everybody get a solo shot.
All right.
Here you go. He
Yeah,
rotate.
boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. You see that? And I get points for being flexible.
Doing that, boy.
Brandon. Don't
No,
say
I got three. 3 is Ashley.
Ashley.
3. Why?
I'm
See,
3.
threes.
I went last.
2 is Bree, and 1 is
One is Corey.
Oh, is that what we're doing? 1, 2.
Brandon won.
Sadly, I'm not. I seen y'all still writing Corey's name, but I'm seeing a lot of. threes
We're
coming.
so sorry
I'm seeing a lot
for
of
all of our
threes.
listeners right now. We have a huge audience on SiriusXM Faction Talk, Channel 103, and wherever you listen to your podcast. You guys can't see this, and we're so sorry. Just know that I have the dopest shoes on right now. You know, I know a lot of you guys are sneakerheads. We talk about sneakers and fashion a lot on this platform, but I just want to give a little love to the people that can't see, you know, what we're doing right now.
What we can also
point.
do is we can take it to social media. We can grab screen grabs. JP, I know you're listening. Grab a screen grab of each of our shoes. Maybe chop this video up, put it on an IG reel with a poll, and we'll determine the winner.
Because I'm being honest with y'all, like it's so even. Like I see a lot of 3s, and I see a rush of 2s, and I see people writing.
Watch
Corey.
this.
Yeah.
Watch this, Woo. I'm about to win.
Okay.
Hand me those shoes over there.
You can't use
Hand me
shoes
those
you're
shoes
not
over there.
wearing.
It goes with my.
Tell him.
It goes with my outfit.
You're
Hold on, put it down, put it down, put it down.
You're cheating. You're
Hold on, hold on.
cheating.
So I'm about to change. Give me the other one. No, I'm
He's about to
changing.
change now.
I'm changing.
Now
It
he's
goes.
changing.
It goes.
You can't
No.
change.
No.
Nah,
I'm changing.
Hey, clip already been recorded.
Clip already
nah,
been
ain't no
recorded.
clip nothing.
Screenshots already been
recorded.
grabbed.
Y'all the ones didn't bring no change. Y'all see?
Nah,
Watch this.
sorry.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? I worked out in these. This is very
You worked out in them?
disrespectful.
You got it
This is
backwards,
very
man.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Even when I was in France and I ran 3 miles or tried to run 3 miles, I ran in these.
You're bugging.
Okay? That's why you're going to see it. It's going to be really creased in the front. Oh, there we go. Now, there we go. Ooh.
That's
Now,
crazy.
right. All right, let's see it now.
You can't use a shoe that you're not actively wearing.
They say, Brandon, you cheat. How's that cheating? People never had an outfit change?
You change shoes.
Brandon about to change shoes and win again. Thank you, Dev the gamer. Bro, cheating. Why did everybody say I'm cheating?
Because you literally you can't enter 2 shoes in the contest. It's 1 shoe. It's the shoe that you were actively wearing when you walked in.
Let me ask you a question. Did you lay those rules out from the beginning?
I thought it was obvious.
I know,
You
right?
didn't.
I'm pretty sure it was obvious.
We all couldn't pull out a second pair of backups out of the.
Look, somebody said B Marsh still lost.
The Travis Scott's, the all black joints. All right, let's go before. All right, let's move on. But BC, we're going to go to our paper chasers. They're always right. No, hell no. Sometimes y'all be wrong, and we gonna tell y'all when y'all wrong. We love y'all, but y'all votes count and matter. But BC, who won? And then also, am I wrong? Am I cheating for changing shoes?
Ah, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yours, the Hornet colors with the textured Nike check. Those were kind of tough, but those the UNC colored Jordan baby.
Talk to me nice, BC.
And front, those
Jordan 1 retro, baby. University blue. Let them know. Let them know.
I'm not even gonna lie. I wasn't gonna be mad if Ashley won because I do love ones. And
Really?
I never got my hands on those.
nice,
I never got my hands on those.
You know what? You know what?
That shit was
Corey, they
good.
probably.
Put those up.
Is that the claps? Do I hear the claps too? I think he actually gave you a round of applause.
I think she got it because look at her fit.
I
She
know.
got the Jordan.
She got the
I don't even know
Jordan.
where she
I don't
got
even
that
know
from.
if
Look
they
at
peeped did they peep the details? I don't even know if they peeped the details.
Yo,
That's too funny.
You gonna zoom me out,
She
baby?
came
You gonna
in.
zoom me out? Hold on. You know, it's true. It's true. You know,
crazy.
Jordan down, baby. It's true.
oh my goodness.
That's too-
We having too much fun. Corey, last thoughts, last words on this, man. Like, Man, it's tough.
I mean, I still just can't believe that you work out in those Travis Scotts. But I'd say that's probably my last thought there. But we got a couple more topics to hit right before we cut out for the week. Damian Lillard, there's an update in his situation. So Damian Lillard is expected to show up in training camp with the Trailblazers, if not traded. I mean, to keep this short and sweet, do you think Damian Lillard will start the season with the Portland Trailblazers? Do you see this panning out maybe similar to how it did with KD when he was traded halfway through the year? Or do you think this might last all the way until next offseason when they get a deal that they feel is worthy of letting go of Damian Lillard?
I'm 50-50 because I think if he does get traded, it's going to be right before trading camp, much like, the Donovan Mitchell situation. Remember how quickly or how late into the offseason that actually happened? I think it was like 2 weeks before training camp. The only reason why I'm a little bit more apprehensive about this situation with Dame is because it's reported that no team is interested in trading for him except Miami. But Miami does not have the assets. So if Miami can't find a third team to help them out in this trade, they're going to be at a weird standstill because Portland's not going to take less than what they want for Damian Lillard, and they shouldn't. Dame's a huge asset. Mm-hmm. Miami only has so much to give because a lot of their guys got paid after that last run, and they're elsewhere. You have them in LA and where else did he go? Cleveland, I think, and some other team. So they need a third team desperately to make this work. If they can't find it, I don't think Dame is just going to go anywhere. He'd rather just stay in Portland. Because think about it this way. Let's say he goes to a Brooklyn Nets. Mm-hmm. He's in the same situation he is in Portland. It's essentially the same kind of format of a team. It's not a team that's going to win a chip. It's a team that's going to have some growing pains. It's a team that's going to be somewhat competitive, but it's not a Miami Heat.
Yeah.
So I think that if it's not Miami, he's going to stay in Portland. But I'm leaning towards the trade still happens, but it's going to be very, very late in the offseason.
Okay.
What Dame wants, Dame gets, right?
You would hope so.
You saw James Harden come out a couple of weeks ago with a tweet. It's time to get uncomfortable. We talked about this with Saquon. I leaned into this a lot with Saquon Barkley and this conversation around athletes. Like, we only get a few years to, fully take advantage of our opportunity as athletes, right? Our bodies break down. Injury is inevitable in the NBA and the NFL. Father time always win. So in these moments, if we really want to get what we want, we can. But we have to get uncomfortable. Dame has given the Portland Trailblazers 11 faithful, loyal years. And look at this. Again, here's another example of why we have to stop being so loyal to people in business that's not going to be loyal to us. Dame Lillard gave them 11 years. Like Dame Lillard, what is it? To a fault.
Loyal to a fault?
Loyal to a fault.
Right, like, come on. Like, we were celebrating him. Like, look at him. Everybody going big three. He ain't chasing no ring. He ain't doing what they doing. To a point where we were like, yo, Dame, like, bro, enough's enough. You got to get out of there. We've been saying this for 3 to 4 years. Dame, okay, we get it. We know you loyal. But, bro, please, can you take your talent somewhere else? So the last thing I would say on this is this. He stood up and gave them the ultimate loyalty. And in turn, this is what they're doing. Yo, we not giving you away. Well, this whole thing about market, you can look at it doesn't matter if it's the NBA or NFL. Yo, the running back market is what it is, right? So Dame Lillard says, I want out. And then now you got, a handful of teams saying this is what we're offering. This is the market. Now you're saying, oh, we're going to hold him hostage because we want to get 21s and, this future, that, and we want all of your great players. Come on, man. That's not how you treat a guy that treated you so good for a very long time. He could have easily been out of here. So if Dame really want to get out of here, he can get out of here before the season. So for me, Ashley, if I'm a betting man, right, I'm going to say, and this pains me to say this, that Dame will be on the roster come opening night or day.
I push back on he can get out of there when he wants to.
Oh my goodness! Don't do this right now, Ashley. I don't want to argue with you.
Only because I agree with you. I believe that he'll eventually get to Miami. The only reason I push back on he can leave when he wants to is because at the end of the day, he doesn't have a no trade clause, unlike Bradley Beal, so he can't dictate where he goes. 2, he stayed in Portland for a multitude of reasons, one being that hefty payday. With that, a lot of the moments, the windows of opportunity for him to be traded someplace and for both parties to be happy, because again, remember, no trade clause. So both parties have to agree. Passed because he stayed in Portland a lot longer than maybe he should have. So the market, in terms of free agents and the trade market, a lot of those guys are settled elsewhere. While I think that Miami is where he will end up, I think the problem is going to be Miami has absolutely nothing that Portland wants. Miami doesn't have really much of anything left because all of their guys are elsewhere after that run that they had last season.
Right.
You're basically, all you're leveraging right now is Tyler Hero and picks, because you're not going to get rid of Jimmy. You're not going to get rid of Bam. You can maybe package up the guy that you just drafted.
Jaime.
But that doesn't equal a Damian Lillard. If this were the Miami Heat of last season, this trade would have been done.
Okay, all right, I hear you. Are you finished?
No. I'm only saying I agree with you. I'm just saying him leaving whenever he wants is not possible unless Portland agrees to it.
I disagree.
He has a no trade clause. He doesn't have a no trade
clause. We saw it.
clause.
We got the example. James Harden getting out of Houston. We got the example.
But look what Houston got in return for James Harden.
I don't remember. What did they get? Honestly, I don't remember.
They got.
Can you look that up, Woo?
I believe they got multiple.
But it doesn't matter, though. Here's my thing.
That matters. And I think James Harden had a no trade clause.
No, they wanted Kyrie Irving. And what did James Harden say and do? He said, I ain't coming. That's why it even took longer, because he said, I'm not coming if Kyrie is a part of it. I want to play with Kyrie. He chose his team, Ashley. He said, I'm going to Brooklyn.
I believe he had a no trade clause.
But my thing is, here's what I'm saying, is none of that matters, right? Because you saw we're seeing what's happening in football with Jonathan Taylor right now, right? Jonathan Taylor's in camp, and he's doing a hold in. My back hurt. Go ahead, Woo. What's the?
Oh, yes.
And Houston got a hole, if I can remember.
It was a 4-team deal.
Yeah.
So it was James Harden from the Rockets and a second-round pick, and it looks like the Pacers. Sorry about this. Victor got sent to the Rockets. Brooklyn. It's a lot of information, but basically it was a 4-team trade.
It was a 4-team trade.
Yeah, but
Houston
there's
Houston walked away with a lot.
No all-stars. Any all-stars?
They weren't.
Were any first-round picks involved? What first-round picks? I know there probably was.
Brooklyn's 3 unprotected first-round draft picks, 22, 24, and 26.
Right.
Okay, so 3 first-round picks, and then you got the what are they asking for in this scenario?
In this one, right?
Like how many?
3 to 4 first-round picks. Tyler Hero. I mean, I think it's a very appealing package if you ask me. Pick swaps, second-round picks, expiring contracts, and young players. Like you mentioned, Jaime Jaquez.
You have to look at the difference though between the two teams. Houston was in complete rebuilding mode. So what they got in return from James Harden was perfect for them, because they knew they were going to go ahead and get picks in the draft. Yeah. They were going to rebuild with a young team. They had Jalen Green there already. Portland's in a weird spot because they're not where Houston was when they traded James Harden. They're not that far gone. They're more of a limbo team. They have a lot of young talent. Guys that have played, some of those guys have played together for a season or two at this point. They just drafted Scoot.
Okay.
So they're not a team that's like, all right, yeah, we're gonna tank this year. We're not gonna be. They want an immediate return on Damian Lillard, which is why it is a hard trade for them to make with what Miami is offering, because that's not going to be something that immediately is going to hit them.
Okay, I can understand that. All right, let me say it this way, because I've been saying this even around football for a couple of months now. We all heard the saying, you can leave the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the person, right, or out of you. You never heard that before, Ashley?
You
You can leave the hood.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's you can take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the
Same
person.
thing.
Okay, got it. I was like, I
Same
don't know.
thing. Golly, go with me.
You can lead a hood.
Okay.
You can lead a hood.
So here's what I'm saying when I'm talking about a player can get what he want. It's real corporate over there, Woo. I've been in those rooms. You sitting down with general managers, suits, ties on, owners, right? They operate a certain way. Hey, Brandon. Hey.
What?
Right. So what happens is we made it. I'm in the NBA. I'm in the NFL now. Okay? So now we try to get sophisticated. But I'm from the poorest county in Pennsylvania. You feel me? We from the streets. We talk a certain way. We communicate a certain way. But when we get to that setting, we start acting like them. Basically what I'm saying is, bring the hood out. Bring the hood out and get real uncomfortable for them. Oh my goodness, And guess what? You get what you want, right? An example outside of sports, 50 Cent. 50. What, you're not tracking with me, Ashley? Why you not?
I'm confused on where you want him to go in there with a baseball bat like NWA. I'm confused.
Possibly, if that's what it takes.
Got a strong arm.
No, yeah, that's me capping right there. That's too far. Hey, BC, I hear you back there. You might want to chime in, but basically what I'm saying is, BC, is this. It's like when you come in and it's like what James Harden did. You look at them and they want to use good words and all of this. Hold all of that. That corporate talk, y'all hold that. I'm letting y'all know I'm not playing. I'm not going to say this publicly, but I'm telling you how I'm operating. I'm not playing. The Cleveland Browns called me. Yo, Brandon, we heard that you want to leave Chicago. I know the Jets is in play. You're making $10 million this year. We'll give you 14. I'm like, no, I ain't coming. They got Josh McCown now calling me, who I played with in Chicago. And I looked at him, I said, I will retire before I come to Chicago to Cleveland, right? And the language that I was using, right? Like then they said, oh, okay, we get it, we back off. So Ashley, that's all I'm saying is Dame can, if he's willing to go there, he'll get what he want. And I brought up 50 Cent is because 50 Cent operate a little differently at times.
So,
go ahead. She ain't tracking with me.
What is it that you want him to do exactly?
I want him to do that. All right, if I'm Dame Lillard, okay. What's the owner's name? Give me the owner's name. I want to make this real. Give me the owner's name of the Portland Trail Blazers.
Paul G. Allen. That's a trust. Yeah, no, actually, that's.
Mr. Allen passed away though.
Mm-hmm.
They own the
Jody
Seattle Seahawks. So Judy Allen.
Jody
Allen.
Is the chairwoman right now.
Okay, so this is our relationship now. Hey, Miss Allen, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Okay, so boom off the top, you're not even Miss Allen. Mm-hmm. Soon as I walk in, hey Jody. Is it Jody or Judy?
Jody.
Hey, you ain't even getting that. You're not even getting Miss Allen. Now, I've been calling you Miss Allen since you've taken over the team.
Jody.
Jody. Hey, Jody. I gave you, rest in peace, your brother, 11 amazing years. Okay, this is the first conversation, right? I'm poised. I gave y'all 11 years, okay? Look at KD left. LeBron left. They chased rings. They put together these big threes. I didn't do that. If anybody failed anybody, y'all failed me because y'all didn't give me what I needed to go win. I love Carmelo Anthony, but you gonna go get Carmelo Anthony in year 16 when Carmelo Anthony now got to come off the bench? Jody, I got to get out of here. And when I say get out of here, I'm not waiting until the trade deadline. That needs to happen before. I'm the greatest player that ever came through here. If we want to keep this relationship intact, then do the right thing. Boom. So they're going to say what they say. The next time around, if I'm not there, it's a whole different conversation. And I don't even think we have time. We got 2 minutes to go in that. You're not tracking, Ashley? Why are you not tracking?
No, I'm tracking, but I don't think you are. I
would say this.
Go ahead.
It's worked for it worked for Randy Moss. Yeah. Randy Moss did it to get out of Oakland to get to the Patriots. It worked for James Harden. And even it worked for who? We got some quarterbacks it worked for too. Stafford, but nobody knew. It was quiet. Matthew Stafford, how he got to the Los Angeles Rams? How he get out of the Detroit Lions? You think they wanted to trade him?
I could be wrong. Fact check me. Didn't Dame ask for Carmelo?
Yeah, but I don't know how it goes, but I was just trying to highlight that they didn't put the surrounding cast around him, right? There's an argument.
My answer to you would be the door was always open for you to leave. You chose not to. Here's my issue.
Okay.
I love Dame. I'm a huge Dame fan. But the door was always open for him to move on. When CJ McCollum left, or when he was traded rather, and that era had come to an end, and it was clear and it was evident that they were going to rebuild this team. Dame had two choices: to stay the course, knowing that there was going to be growing pains because the team was going to have to rebuild in multiple capacities, or leave.
Right.
He chose to stay.
Is that a fact?
Yes, he chose to stay. He was there after CJ McCollum and that whole team got blown up. He was there. He knew that the team was going to be in a rebuilding process.
So my question is, if he'd asked for a trade during that time, they would have gave him his trade. Like,
there would have been a lot more on the market for them to trade with. Had he asked for a trade, there would have been multiple teams and multiple options. He stayed, knowing that team was going to be rebuilding. Simons came, and then they obviously Scoot came a lot later recently, but that team was always a rebuilding once that era came to an end. So you made a decision to stay. It hasn't worked out the way that you thought it would. I get the frustration, but now you also have to deal with the fact that it is not as easy as 1, 2, 3 to get you to Miami. There is nothing there. And I hear you. Loyalty, I agree. Dame has been loyal to the soil. A lot more loyal than another player would be. But you don't have a no trade clause, so you're not Bradley Beal. You can't dictate where you're going to go. You only want to go to Miami. Miami has virtually nothing to offer Portland that's going to be immediate return. They need to figure out a way that both parties are going to be satisfied. And unfortunately, that's not that easy because a lot of Miami's assets are elsewhere in the league.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying, and they should eventually, and like I said, I think they eventually will trade Dame to Miami. But it's going to not be until they figure out a way to get what they want in return, and that just has not unfolded yet.
And there it is. Ashley Nicole Moss gets the last word. Maybe this debate will come up again.
It's gonna come
Corey,
up again.
And you need to be ready and prepared.
Oh my God!
Right? You can take what's the saying?
You can take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person.
All right, there you go. Paper Route, Faction Talk, Channel 103.
Thanks for crowning me the winner, y'all. Wait,
yeah, she put the wrong one up. We love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We see y'all tomorrow.